Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this small video, we'll discuss about the different geographical features and the different biodiversity of Oman. Okay, I was traveling from Hatta to Muscat city. So while I was filming, I noticed two things. In general, we can say Oman is a land of mountains, as well as Oman is a land of loving people. So I was always thinking about, I was reading many articles, articles and general features about Oman. So we can say Oman is a site of prehistoric human habitation stretching back over 100,000 years. The region was impacted by powerful invaders, including other Arab tribes, Portugal, and Britain. Oman, at its height, held territory that ranged from the Persian Gulf all the way south to the island of Madagascar, including the island of Zanzibar and the city of Gouda. So Oman, in the history says that it was a very, very big kingdom, not as we see today. And it was some of the powerful invaders of the historical time invaded the territory of Oman. At its height, held territory that ranged from the Persian Gulf all the way south to the island of Madagascar, including the island of Zanzibar and the city of Gouda. Such a big empire was the Oman. And in Oman, a site was discovered in 2011 containing more than 100 surface scatters of stone tools belonging to the late Nubian complex, known previously only from archaeological excavations in Sudan. Two optically stimulated luminescence age estimates place the Arabian Nubian complex at approximately 106,000 years old. This provides evidence for a distinct Middle Stone Age techno-complex in southern Arabia, around the earlier part of the marine isotope stage 5. The hypothesis and the hypothesized departure of humankind from Africa to colonize the rest of the world involved them crossing the Straits of Bab el-Mandeb in the southern Red Sea and moving along the green coastlines around Arabia and thence to the rest of Eurasia. Such crossing became possible when sea level had fallen by more than 80 meters to expose such of the shelf between southern Eritrea and Yemen, a level that was reached during a glacial stadium from 60 to 7 as climate cooled erratically to reach the last glacial maximum from 135,000 to 90,000 years ago. Tropical Africa had mega droughts which drove the humans from the land and towards the seashore and forced them to cross over to other continents. The researchers used radiocarbon dating techniques on pollen grains trapped in the lake bottom mud to establish the vegetation over the edges of the Malawi Lake in Africa, taking samples at 300-year intervals. Samples from mega drought times had little pollen on charcoal, suggesting space vegetation with little to burn. The area around Lake Malawi today heavily forested, was a desert approximately 135,000 to 90,000 years ago. So, in short, the scientific study have been made which says that people, because of the people from tropical Africa had mega droughts of famine which drove the humans from land towards the seashore and forced them to cross over the continents. So, according to them, people have arrived to Oman from Africa by time. So, according to the report, what they say is luminescence dating is a technique that measures naturally occurring radiation stored in the sand. So, data culled via this methodology demonstrate that 130,000 years ago, the Arabian Peninsula was relatively warmer, which caused more rainfall, turning into a series of lush, habitable land. During this period, the southern Red Sea level dropped and was only 4 kilometers wide. This offered a brief window of time for humans to easily cross the sea and cross the peninsula to opposing sites like Jebel Faya. These early migrants running away from the climate change in Africa crossed the Red Sea into Yemen. So from Africa, people reached directly to, after crossing the Red Sea into Yemen and nearby Oman, trucked across Arabia during favorable climate condition. So according to this study, it says that the people all over in UAE and the other GCC countries mainly have came from, it's a long time, they say 135,000 years, have been started from Africa, crossed the Red Sea into Yemen and Oman, trekked across Arabia during favorable climate condition, and 2,000 kilometers of inhospitable desert lie between the Red Sea and Jebel Faya in UAE. So at that time, whole the places UAE and Oman, we have to understand that Oman and UAE was one land, still one land, but just merely divided by borders. While speaking this thing, I remember like that whole the world is a one land, only divided by some ocean and some borders people made. So they say 2,000 kilometers of inhospitable desert lie between Red Sea and Jebel Faya in UAE. So, but around 130,000 years ago, the world was at the end of an ice age. The Red Sea was shallow enough to be crossed on foot or on a small raft, and the Arabian Peninsula was being transformed from a past desert into a green land. Okay, it's very interesting. There have been discoveries of Paleolithic stone tools in caves in southern and central Oman and in the United Arab Emirates close to the Straits of Hormuz at the outlet of the Persian Gulf. That's what we said before, Jebel Faya. The stone tools sum up to stone tools made by stone that goes to the Stone Age, which was 125,000 years old, resemble those made by humans in Africa around the same period. So in short, people, the first, according to the research, 135,000 years ago, so people from Africa have been migrating because of the isotopic changes to different parts of GCC through sea, they say. So these all are hypotheses and assumptions, maybe true or not. Just go through some, fact check. There have been discoveries of Paleolithic stone tools in caves in southern and central Oman and in the United Arab Emirates close to Hormuz, as we said. So let's go to the Persian period. The northern half of Oman, beside modern day, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE plus Balochistan and Sindh province of Pakistan, presumably was part of the Makkah strophe of the Persian Achaemenid Empire. By the time of the conquest of Alexander the Great, the satrapy may have existed in some form of. Alexander is said to have stayed in Push, its capital perhaps near Bam in Kerman province. From the second half of the first millennial BCE, waves of Semitic speaking people migrated from the central and western Arabia to the east. The most important of these tribes are known as on the coast of Parthian and Sasanian colonies were maintained. So they say it's like it's long back stories written in some articles, like from by the time of the Alexander the Great, the satrapy may have existed some form, and Alexander is said to have stayed in Purush, its capital, perhaps near Bam in Kerman province, they say. So they say as so-called pre-Islamic recent period, they say. So according to them, the Sasanian Empire as its greatest extent in 620 under Khosrau II, the kingdom of Oman was subdued by the Sasanian Empire forces under Varas during the Achaemenid Persian Wars. So it's like Oman before the Islamic period, they say. It's a long back history. So it's like the invasion coming from the before, they say, more back before the Portuguese, before the Britain invasions. So according to the historians, several foreign powers attacked Oman, different periods of time, like the Cormatians controlled the area in, they say, in 931, 931 and 932, and then again in 934, between 967 and 1053, it was the part of Iranian Buids. They send between in 1053 and 1154 was a part of Seljuk Empire. Seljuk power even spread through Oman to, Kutanallur in southern India. So it was old history says different articles they say. Actually from Nabani dynasty in 1154, the indigenous Nabani dynasty took control of Oman, and the Nabani kings ruled in Oman until 1470, with an interruption of 37 years between 1400 and 1443. And the Portuguese took Muscat in time of 1500 till 1650. Although the Ottomans controlled Muscat from 1500 to 1551. So it's like the old histories says on different articles from Wikipedia and articles from different journals. So when we come to the geographical times, and in the modern Oman, the Oman is divided into mainly 4 governorates. The governorates were in Oman mainly comes for Muscat governorate, and Dhofar, the Buraymi, and the Musandam. So it was the before 2011, it was mainly divided into 4 governorates, and after in the new modern times, it's Oman is divided into 11 governorates, and it includes 11 governorates are divided into further provinces or the wilayats for the the ruling purposes. And it's coming actually, as we look the governorates, it's come like al dakhliya, al dahira, and al batina north, al batina south, al buraimi, and al wusta, and sharqiya north, sharqiya south, Dhofar governorate, Muscat, and the Musandam. So each area have its main capital area, or including the main places of that governorates. So when we come to about Al Dakhliya, its main capital province is in Nizwa, and other 9 provinces included. And as we forgot to remind, it's the population as per the new census. It says around 5 million is the population in Oman. And the second province, Al Dahira province, is main capital is Ibri, and includes 3 provinces inside. And in Al Batina north, the main capital is Sohar, the main place, and includes 6 provinces. And Al Batina south, the main capital is Rustaq. And when it comes to Al Buraimi, it's the Al Buraimi province. And Al Wusta governorate, main province capital is Haima. And in Al Sharqiya north, who comes to Al Sharqiya north, its the capital is Ibra, or the main province is Ibra. And Sharqiya south, it's Sur. And in the Dhofar governorate, the capital is Salala. And in the Muscat city, it's Muscat itself, main province. And in Musandam, it's Qasab. So these provinces, and for coming to the main cities, as we discussed before, as I was traveling from UAE to Oman, I was noticed that like when you reach after the Sharjah area, when you enter the Qalba Maliha road, you can feel the essence of Oman. Like it's like we cannot say these are 2 different countries, like by geographically. It's like they have more resemblance in the the geography. It tells us that it was one land. And while traveling, when we reach like the area of Shab and Hatta have a very speciality, the Hatta Dam and that area. Actually, Oman and UAE they divide borders in Hatta. So both are very beautiful places over there. So when we soon after the border, when we cross the Hatta UAE Oman border, you'll find very beautiful places like mountains, and the valleys have small river on the area, Hatta river and Hatta Dam, that area. So when coming to the Oman border, when we enter, you'll see like places starting from Hatta. There is places sharing like the border, nearby places like cities, small cities starting from there itself. Al Aqar, the nearest to the border. Al Aqar is one small city there. Then you will find in Liva, many beautiful places in between. So just speaking about some small cities in Oman, we can make a small list of that. I'll just try to make it in the order. Like it's in Liva, comes in the starting area, as I said, Shinas, Liva and all. So as we go in the alphabetical order, you can see very beautiful places in Oman. Like Adam is there. As we discussed it, small cities from in the alphabetical order, you can see like cities of Adam is there, Asib is there, and as I said, Al Buraimi is there, Al Hamra area is there, Al Jazar area, Al Madina Al Zarqa, formerly was known as the Blue City, and Al Suwaik, is of course is there. And when come to the B, we have in Bahla area, Barka is there, bit near to the Fanja and Samail. There is Bidia sands and the Bidia area. Of course, when you come to Dukam, D for coming for Dukam area near to Salala, there is Haima area. There is Ibra city is there, and Ibri is there, and also Iski near to Samail and Fanja. Iski is there. Jabrin is there, and when coming to the J itself, I'm telling in the alphabetical order. There is Jalan al-Baali and Jalan Bani Bazen is there, Jalan. And when we come to K, there is Kasab. Yes, of course, Kasab is there. And other cities comes like Mana is there, Masira is there, Mudaibi is there, and of course Muscat is there, Matra city, Matra town is there. And coming to the end, we have in Nizwa, the beautiful Nizwa with greenery around. When Nizwa, we have to remember the Barkatul Moos area, Jabal Akhtar is there, and Koryat is another beautiful area of the Oman. There is Rustaq, Raiset, there is areas for small town for Ruvi. And when we go for S, we have in Saham is there, Shinas is there, Saik is there, of course the beautiful Salala, and the Samail is there, Sohar is there, Sur, Tumraid, Liva. So all of Oman, you can see many small and big cities with essence of two essence, as I said. One is of course Oman is a country of small and big and beautiful mountains, and apart from that, it's the place of beautiful people, loving people. All over the Oman, you go to whichever governorate, whichever vilayat, whichever city, you'll find a helping Omani with helping hands, whatever like things you require. They are like people of hospitality. So as an Oman, if you come to the main cities or the main towns where population wise or the commercial wise, it's not like the other GCC countries, like when you compare to the UAE or to Qatar or other places. It's not like you can see skyscraper buildings, big buildings, or very big industrial and commercial plots. No, Oman is a land of culture, heritage. It's like a place where you can find or you can feel the peace, the harmony of mankind, how the culture evolved, how the humankind developed through ages. You will feel the what you call it, like the sanctity, or the freshness of life. You will feel it. For some individuals who have been practicing fast life, they may think like it's a place of sleeping vibes, or so-called not so happenings, or not so very place with they say like not too much populated or like that. But it's different. When we come to the cities, as the Muscat city, it's like a real gem of a country. You'll find all you need in one place. At the same time, it's not very rush, it's not very thickly populated. You'll be loving to live in a city like that. And when we go to the other main places in Oman, like Salala, it's one in GCC, we can say. Normally we have a understanding of Gulf countries like a place of too much hot, dusty, sandy winds. Yes, it is. But Salala is actually opposite to all these interpretations or all these concepts. Salala is a place of cool breeze, winds, especially in the time of Kharif. You'll think that you're living in European some places at the winter. You'll feel such a nice vibes in Salala in Kharif time. Apart from Kharif also, when it is summer in Muscat, Salala like 50 degrees in Muscat, you can live in Salala with a temperature of 25 to 30 degrees. So Salala is actually the blessed land. And when we come to the place of Nizwa, same. It's a place of Oman, of course, and but the place you'll feel like it's a place where too much of green, lush muzzars are there. You call like farmhouses are there in Nizwa, and you'll feel natural many waterfalls and many the nature treasures of nature in Nizwa. As I said, when Nizwa, you have to remember the place to Jabal Akhtar also, Barkatul Moos, you'll enter to the Jabal Akhtar area. Jabal Akhtar, of course, one of the wonders of GCC. It's a very good, place to, chill out, or you can have a good holiday vacation in Jabal Akhtar. Very good green mountains in Jabal Akhtar. And when going to the Al Buraimi, it's a closing border to the UAE. It's very good place also. And there is many places, like as I said before, Bahla. Bahla also some natural reservoir of water, falls, and good places in Bahla also there. Kasab also there, and sea in the city is there, and of course the sea area. And inside is Sur is there, Suwaik is there, Barka. When talking about Barka, as I said before, Barka is also a place for many farmhouses and green lush farms around, having the date palms around, and many other agricultural crops have been developed in Barka. Also, we have a beautiful place of Ibra, and also places near in Ibri, very beautiful place. Also, we forgot to mention Musandam. Musandam also is small, watery surrounded area also there. Very beautiful indeed. We have to remember Musandam. There is a place for Rustaq. Obviously, place of good mountains and good water. Many water reservoirs are there in Rustaq also. Coming to, there is Ras Al Hamra and Ras Al Jins also. Al Hamra area. Very beautiful place. Also, there is Sohar area, so very, near to the border area. Coming to the last part of Oman. Sohar area. Of course, there is Al Jazar area. Also, we mentioned in Dhafar area. Also, including when we said about Nizwa, we have to remember the way to Nizwa also. Beautiful places are there in when we go from here to Samail. After Samail, you will find to area of after Bidbid, Fanja, Bidbid and Iski. In the city, when we go one mountain area, new mountain road is there which lead us to Al Amrat area. Al Amrat is one of the most developing city in the Muscat of Oman. Al Amrat, which will take you to far further you go move ahead, you will find in the Koryat Dam and Koryat region, another beautiful area of Oman. Also, when you come down the area, when you're traveling, you'll find Al Khabura, very beautiful area, another Khabura area, and Adam, as I said before. So many beautiful places you can explore in Oman. Actually, Oman is not a easy tourist destination area because it's a vast land, so you cannot cover or you cannot finish to travel around